Round of applause for MC, keeping the show together. Yeah? Yeah? Round of applause. By applause, we got any Indians here? Where? Don't put your hand up. This isn't class. You're so obedient. Right here. I'm right here. Look at me. Cool, man. I'm going to get a ride back with you home to Brampton, man. We can carpool, bro. I need a ride back home. Don't even pretend you're not Indian, you know? I'm surprised you pay the cover to get in, man. That's why I'm up here, man. I don't want to pay $10. It's a lot of money in this economy. Anyways, before I get things started, I'm very, very happy to witness some of the spoken word here, and I think it's something beautiful. So I've been inspired to write my own spoken word. So if I must, and if you give me permission, may I share my poem with you? Louder, may I share my poem with you? All right, that's your fault for agreeing. All right. The name of my poem is called Familiar Face. Just warming up here. Hey, don't I know you from somewhere before? Yeah, he's the guy who works at the dollar store. Thank you, that's it. Thank you. I don't have the magic. I don't have the magic when it comes to the spoken word. That's why I'm doing the open mic here. Thank you, Ashburn, for the big no pressure introduction. Thank you very much. No pressure, coming up here and killing it. Well, watch a lot of television nowadays. And I was watching Dr. Oz the other day. We have any Dr. Oz fans here? No? No Dr. Oz fans? He's a friend of Oprah's. Come on, somebody's got to like him. Yeah, there we go. All the black people are like, yeah, we like him. We like him. Yeah. So he was talking about the importance of choosing a child's name. He says the child's name will determine how successful the child is. For example, names like Dan and Denise will ensure that the child will become something successful in life, like a doctor or dentist. Which makes me wonder, what kind of future were my parents hoping for with a name like Azfar? Not a bright one, and they were right. For those of you who don't know, Azfar is a traditional Muslim name, which translates to death to American all infidels which do not follow the path of Islam, for therefore burn in the hellfire for not following the rules and regulations outlined in the glorious Quran. I want to be clapping, it's true. Actually, it means yellow. I just wanted to make it sound a little more interesting. I come from a very interesting background. My mom is from India and my dad is from Pakistan. So not only am I cheap, I'm also corrupt. Yes, it's true. Which leaves me with the career option of being a dollar store owner for terrorists, of course. My mom, she's going around with weird philosophy when it comes to life. I remember once I got a good grade on a test, and she's like, do you know why you got that good grade on that test? I'm like, yes, it's because I studied hard. She's like, no, it's because you're Indian and you're smart. I'm like, oh, okay. I remember once I got a speeding ticket in the mail, and she's like, do you know why you got that speeding ticket in the mail? I'm like, yes, it's because I was disobeying the law. She's like, no, it's because you're Pakistani and you're a criminal. Just like your father, who should go to jail for stealing my heart. Which doesn't make sense because they got an arranged marriage. My dad, he's not a big fan of my stand-up comedy, so I actually invited him to one of my shows. Not this one, because he can see it for free online. That's why he didn't come up. And that's why there's only one Indian here. He told all his friends, he sent a message like, yo, man, this shit's free on YouTube. Just watch it. So I invited him to one of my shows, and I was happy because I had such a good reaction. So I went up to my dad. I'm like, Dad, what did you think? And he looked at me. He's like, son, I'm very disappointed in you. And I was like, sorry, Dad, I should have told you that I was going to make fun of your parenting skills. He's like, I'm not disappointed in that. I'm disappointed in the fact that you sucked. I'm like, thanks, Dad. In fact, he was so upset that he told me to find my own way home. So a couple months later, I find myself calling for a taxi. And when the taxi cab finally arrived, I opened the door. And just as I was about to step in, I looked at the driver. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? He's like, shut up and get in. Somebody's got to support your failing comedy career. Thank you. Round of applause for the failing comedy career. Not the comedy. Such an encouraging room. It's Mike and Dark Soul. Well, I can tell you it was a very awkward ride back to my hometown of Brampton, where I currently reside. For those of you who don't know where Brampton is, it's basically next to India. Probably explains why there's so many Indians living there. And if you don't believe me, type Brampton as your ending location in MapQuest and it'll give you directions to downtown Bangladesh. But if you honestly have to give somebody directions to Brampton, these are probably the best set of directions you can give them. Tell them to go west on the 401. Once they hit the 410, tell them to roll down their window. Once they get hit with that cloud of curry, tell them to make a sharp left. If they start smelling hot dogs, I fear they've gone too far to Caledon. Speaking of fears, I got a lot of fears. And the ways I try to overcome them is by reading a number of books. One of the books I started reading is called The Greatness Guide. And in this book, the author says the best way to overcome your fears is to run towards them. But I'm not too sure that's the best set of advice for my set of fears, which is women and children. Because I'm pretty sure if I start running towards women at the bus stop and children at the playground, I'll end up in a jail cell. Then I'll have to overcome my new fear of being somebody's boy toy, which is not a good feeling. Speaking of fears, it looks like our neighbors, the United States of America, have gotten over their fear and they've been voted the first black president, Barack Obama. Yeah, it's a big deal. White people clap so you're not racist. Or just stare at me because you're upset. I didn't vote for him, but I would have. Because there's a lot of black people here. Right? So go with the masses. But you know, that gives me hope that one day that maybe us Canadians can vote for the first Indian Prime Minister. Could you imagine this individual? I'd like to introduce to you your new Prime Minister of Canada, Mr. Hari Paul Krishna Gopal Singh. Hi, please call me Harry. He'd be the only Prime Minister with English subtitles when he's speaking English, because no one would be able to understand him. Right? I guess the good thing about having an Indian president is that he would be impossible to assassinate, because he'd always be moving his head when he's talking. Hello, how are you? I'm fine. Good. Thank you very much. I'm fantastic. Great. Thank you. Thank you for all your support. Which would suck, because he'd be the only president with a red dot on his forehead, which would make for an easy target. Right? Don't laugh too hard, then it's racist. Good call. I've been teaching my parents, I'll leave you on this, how to use the computer. My mom came up to me one day and she's like, can you teach me how to use the pooter? I want to learn how to gargle. Show me how to gargle. Like, I don't know if that's too safe. I want to gargle on the keyboard. Like, you could get electrocuted. Right? I'm like, I think you mean Google. Gargle. Right? Then I was explaining the components of the computer to her. I'm like, here's the keyboard. She's like, cupboard? Do I put the mouse in the cupboard? I'm like, no. Then I was trying to explain the other features. I'm like, here's the floppy drive. But the floppy disk is in the hard drive. She's like, I'll put the floppy disk in the hard drive. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that at all. Right? Then she got excited. She's like, teach me how to use the Hotmail. Right? So my friends came over the other day and she was bragging. She's like, my son is showing me how to use the anal. Why don't you come upstairs and we'll do the group anal, but you have to use protection. You don't want to get any viruses. It's quite disturbing. But I'll leave you on this. As a comic, I get to travel, believe it or not, to other places than Mississauga. Right? Woo! Woo! Mississauga Transit, thank you. Yeah! Right? I get to travel to exotic places such as Kingston, Ontario, not Jamaica, right? And Vaughan. And sometimes, if I'm even lucky, I get to go to the States. But, you know, there's a rare medical condition that's making it hard for me to travel nowadays, which is called terrorist Tourette's, right? For example, the other day I was, talking to the customs officer, right? And he's like, excuse me, Mr. Ali, I noticed that you're traveling abroad. Could you tell us where you're going? I'm like, yes, I'm just going to death to America. He's like, sorry, what was that? I'm like, nothing. Just please ignore that. Maybe you should ignore that joke too. It wasn't too hot. But before I really go, because I promised it 3 times, like Michael Jordan retiring, but it's okay. He had talent. Every time he came back, I started going to the gym, starting to work out, because my anorexic friends are telling me that I'm too fat, right? So I started, hitting the machines hard. But I'm sure everybody in here knows how hard it is to go to the gym and keep yourself motivated. But one thing I find hard are all the machines that are there. You know, especially for the females. There's that one machine where they just sit and they go like this for 3 minutes. I don't know what that works besides your sexual drive, right? It doesn't matter how hard you concentrate. You could be going there to do your chest workout, males, but I'm pretty sure after witnessing something like that, you're going to go to the bathroom and work your forearms for 45 minutes. That was dirty. All right, guys. I guess that's the exit music. Thank you very much for the Wild West Saloon. Enjoy the rest of your night, Mike and Soul. Take care. My name's Azfar. Take care. Let's bring back our host.